So I just watched the latest episode of The Mandalorian twice, and here's my prediction for the season finale, or what's bunch of events about to happen. Because I remember the temple from Clone Wars. So this temple is where the battle between between like the good and evil side of the Force happens, and it's supposed to be like equal. I don't know how to explain it, but here's where that battle sort of takes place. And so I remember Anakin Skywalker going there. So obviously he's going to take the child there, right? So here's my offshoot of that. So now you know the child's name is Grogu, which I kind of like, but what does it kind of remind you of? Groot, right? I am Groot, right? I thought a little bit. So, and that is important because watching the episode twice, he has thoughts. He can talk, I guess, in a certain sense of the way, right? And I think it's very important to go back to in the armorer. I thought that was Satine's sister, but it turns out it wasn't. So we don't know who that is, right? Or some people theorize who that is, right? It's just something important that they were sorcerers. That the Mandalorians and the Jedi didn't get along because they were sorcerers, or they were tasked to, tasked to hunt down the what you call it. So obviously, in the Mandalorian sense, they believe in magic, right? And I think that also that ties into the dark saber as well. That whoever, I believe, whoever wields a lightsaber is a Jedi or of that caliber, right? Because the Sith Lords, right? So the Mandalorian is a type of Jedi, just not a good Jedi, and where the Sith are the bad Jedi, and then you have others. So like in the game Fable, they are heroes. They can be good or evil, but ultimately they work to bring balance to a system. They just do it either magnanimously or through malice, right? I guess in a certain sense of way. That's who I think the Jedi ultimately are, or that sort of class of people, because it's interesting that they call them sorcerers in what you call it, like the witches also, right? So blah, 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 let's go back. So so I believe he's going to take him to the temple. He's going to put him on the temple, what you call it, to find out if he's good or evil. And something is going to happen that always happens when we come to these pinnacles. Like we might see the future, like in other times when something Jedi-y, like high Jedi, like I want to say like a high mass Jedi, or a high mass for the Jedi, or all these temple things, right? So there the magic is strongest, and here is where supposedly, really the ultimate battle of good and evil before the Force happens. So it's like the highest, like the Vatican of the Jedi temples, I guess is what I want to say, right? So something's going to happen where Grogu is going to say his first word, and at the same time, something magical is going to happen, that it's going to become like a Groot situation, where Groot would turn to the raccoon. I forgot what the raccoon's name is, and be like, "I am Groot." And like, yeah, but you got to put the part in here, da da da. Or he'd be like, I am Groot. And he's like, yeah, you're right. We got to take out the guys on the top or whatever. I think it's going to turn to that situation. That's my theory for the remainder of the season. So you've had a child. Now you know that he has sentient thoughts through, what you call it? Through Ahsoka Tano, which I won't even get into because I just won't even get into. And Ahsoka Tano is my favorite character in all of Star Wars lore. I adore her. Like Saru. Saru has become my favorite in Star Trek, but I digress. What you call it? What are you saying now? She's my favorite character. So that's what's gonna happen at the end. He's gonna be, he'll choose between good and evil, which ultimately will be good because he's a foundling. That's another important word too, foundling. So is he the foundling of each Jedi Council? So the Force, embodies good in whatever character, whatever creature that is, and then they ultimately form a council where all Jedi's are brought back out of darkness into the light, and begin to go, once again, police the galaxy against good versus evil, like whether that's the Empire or whatever form of evil takes place. But that's my theory in the end. So So he'll say Groku, or he'll call him Man. I believe he'll say one of three things. Either he will go the I am Groot route. Well, he is going to go the I am Groot route no matter what. But his first word will either be Mando, because Mando is used many times by Carl Weathers, right, in the first and now in the second season, or whatever his true name is. So, like, Darth Vader is his true name is Anakin Skywalker. So, will those be the first word Grogu makes? Mando, Grogu, or whatever the Mandalorian's real name is, birth name is, and he'll have some sort of mental link where he'll, by just saying that word, he will. Here's the I am Groot route. By just saying that word, he will be able to communicate his thoughts or his wishes to the Mandalorian by the end of this season, and then they go on to the next season against the Empire and these robots, right? And it seems that the kid somehow also knows electronics. Like, do I want to say that? I'm not really sure. But remember, he helped fix the ship, yes, by direction. But there just seems to be something about, the Jedi and fixing things and knowing how things work and blah, 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 right? Right? Oh, all right. So, I'm sorry. I rambled enough. Happy Thanksgiving. Bye.